That sounds so fun. Oh man, that sounds fun. Yeah. Oh my god, we're gonna have a good time.
I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned. One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got a lot to talk about. A high-ranking member of the Bandidos has been arrested. High-ranking Hells Angel has been arrested over there in Canada. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a young man who passed away on a motorcycle. His father has a message for everybody. And we're going to get into a bunch of other stories. Rest in peace to Kenneth Heyman. He's the young man who passed away in White Oak. I believe he was laid to rest on the 1st. We're going to take a look at that. I want to send a big rest in peace to Young Bleed. Shout out to Young Bleed, sending prayers to his family. If you guys don't know, I had Young Bleed on the show. I interviewed him a couple times, and it's just a shock to hear when people, former guests were on my show, passed away. It's pretty sad. So rest in peace to Young Bleed. Go check out the interview I did with him a while back. He died of an aneurysm. We'll get into that in a minute. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. I want to give a big shout out to Douglas, for the Cash App. Thank you so much. If you guys want to donate, it helps a lot. I'm able to do different things and keep the power on and make sure I can bring you guys these shows. So every little bit helps. Even $1 goes a long way. You have no idea. I don't make $1 million on YouTube, unfortunately. I'm working on it, but if you want to donate, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. The reason I tell you to donate through Cash App is because they don't take 30%. YouTube takes 30% if you donate through YouTube. So if you donate through Cash App, they don't take anything. But I appreciate every single donation. Thank you, guys. And if you want to be a guest and tell your story on Chattin with Staxx, just hit up my email at billstaxx2021@gmail.com, and we'll get you on for an interview. Tonight, we have former Sutar soldier interview dropping at 10 p.m. Don't miss it. We got a lot to talk about today. Let me give some shout-outs before we get into the stories. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. We hit 18,700 subscribers. So you guys know what's coming next. 18,800 subscribers. But we're going to be at 19,000 very soon. And I believe that we can get to 20,000 by Christmas. Just keep telling a friend to tell a friend. Say, yo, you got to check this show out. The dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. And you know, we ain't lying over here. We tell the truth on everything that's going on. Some people don't like it. I see, I got a comment on TikTok talking all kinds of shit, right? But people that do that, they're punks. Even if you wear a patch, you're a bitch with a patch on. So, I mean, it doesn't matter, patch or no patch. You talk shit and make threats, you're a punk. And that's it. But anyway, let's get to the content. Let's see here. Jimmy Mack, what's going on? Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Mountain Woman, how are you? Paula, how are you? I hope you had a great birthday. SNS, what's going on? Shout out to you, man. Thank you for joining me today. Mick, how you doing? Big Staxx coming through again. I appreciate it, man. We got a donation in the house. Wolfhelm? Is that how you say it? Wolfhelm? Wolf, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Will, how are you? Farty Smalls. That's a great name, man. Farty Smalls. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for joining me. Let's see who we got. Mick, thank you so much for the donation. You help a lot, man. That really helps. You guys have no idea how much the donations really help. They do. I'm able to do different things and make shorts for you guys. All that shit costs money. So today, we'll get to the main show in a minute. So Young Bleed. I met Young Bleed probably 4 years ago. I met him through Jason Dubs from Double Dare Entertainment. He's a great guy, and I've had him on the show. We talked about his life story, and he passed away. I found out yesterday he died from a brain aneurysm. He was from No Limit with Master P. No Limit rapper Young Bleed is dead at 51 years old after suffering a brain aneurysm. His real name is Glenn Clifton Jr. He died at the age of 51. As reported by TMZ, Young Bleed's son, Ty G. Raymond, shared a tribute to his late father on Instagram on Monday, November 3rd, confirming the news. He said that his father gained his angel wings on Saturday, November 1st. He shared that his father never suffered from recurring health issues, but took medication for high blood pressure before he died. The complications after suffering a brain aneurysm. Mother of his 10-year-old son said that he was rushed to the hospital and placed in ICU. The aneurysm caused by internal bleeding. The Louisiana-born rapper who made the solo debut album, My Balls and My Word, in 1998, remained until 2020. After his release of his album, Signs and Wonders, he launched his own record label, Trapdoor Entertainment, in 2010. He also performed at the No Limit Soldiers reunion concert. He made that song, How We Do That There. How We Do That There. You guys remember that song, right? Young Bleed got his start with No Limit Records in the 90s, gaining attention for his CeeLo collaboration, How You Do That, which was remixed by Master P and later signed to P and re-released his debut album under No Limit, later going his own way after his subsequent solo records. When reports of his initial health incident first started circulating on social media, his younger sister said Facebook, they were asking for privacy. So rest in peace to Young Bleed. I did interview him a bunch of times. I had him on the show. Here, I'll drop the link in the chat if you guys want to check it out. He's a great guy, though. He was a really good guy, down to earth. He wasn't full of himself or none of that. He was a really good person. And he gave me a chance when I had no subscribers. So I'll always remember that about him. I mean, this guy is known throughout the world, right? And he gave me a chance when I had nothing. I had no following. I didn't have anything like that. And he's like, hell yeah, do an interview. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. We got some pretty wild stories for you guys today. Let me see. I'll show you guys a clip of the interview.
And then linking with Master P and No Limit, and they had that big break with Priority. So when I was coming about, he turned me on to him, man. So that's really the history.
So Master P,
I went major. I said, well, this time I'm not gonna be able to change my name and go through that. This one here for the money. So I went back to what it meant to me, and I said, it go back to me telling my granddad that's what I wanted to do. So I took the chip off his name and just called myself Young Bleed on Granddad. That's
that story is good, man. That's a good one. Because I like the way that you're taking your legacy from your family and you're bringing it to the forefront, and you're letting people see like who you are as a person, man. It's really commendable.
Yeah. You know, he was old blues dude too, so that music and all that was in the family. I just took it and diagnosed it and made it into that, added to that family heirloom and, off the family tree. So exactly that, loved one. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, definitely. So you got a lot of stuff going on. What do you got? What do you got planned for the future with the label and all that stuff? You got people coming out on the label? You got other things in order?
So go check out that interview. People are saying I look young. That was like 3 years ago. That was like 3 years ago. I was like 44 or something. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Really sad. He was a good guy. I mean, he was a type of person you could talk to. You know what I'm saying? You had a problem or something, or you're just dealing with something, you could call him and talk to him. And he was a really down-to-earth dude. So rest in peace to Young Bleed, sending prayers to his family. I mean, he helped me get my start on YouTube. Really, he gave me a chance when other people wouldn't. So shout out to Young Bleed. Let's get to this topic at hand. This man, Anselmo Barrera. I'm probably butchering his name. You guys know how I do. Straight butcher names. So this guy's a high-ranking member of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club. He was arrested on a warrant, and they busted into his home, and they found a cache of weapons, 33 to be exact. They found, I've aged gracefully. Thank you. I appreciate that. So they found a cache of weapons, right? They seized $200,000 plus of money. So they found 33 firearms, 200,000 plus was seized during a SWAT team raid at the Southside home. The BCSO says Anselmo Barrera was booked into the Bexar County Jail. He holds a high-ranking position within the biker gang, it says here. So 33 firearms and more than $200,000 believed to be proceeds from drug trafficking. I got some pictures. I can't show you all the weapons because you know how YouTube does it. But here are some of the proceeds Insane. Imagine having that shit laying around your house. So on Thursday, the sheriff's office SWAT team executed a narcotics search of a residence at the 1200 block of Cantrell Drive. K9 unit conducted a search and alerted the team to multiple areas indicating possible presence of narcotics, sheriff said. Deputies recovered 33 firearms throughout the property, including inside a detached structure known as the clubhouse. So this guy had a clubhouse on his property where they would have meetings and things. So it was detached. It was like attached to his house. So they found in the clubhouse, they went inside and they found 2 body armor vests and a large amount of Bandidos outlaw motorcycle gang insignia and merchandise. Inside the main home, deputies seized $206,000 and 31. $206,031 believed to be narcotics trafficking proceeds. Sheriffs also found stolen motorcycles. I mean, this guy was on a pretty good run, I guess, right? So they found stolen Harley-Davidson motorcycles and a stolen pistol. Barrera, 60 years old, was booked into the Bexar County Jail and charged with possession of body armor by a convicted felon, a third-degree felony. Barrera was a documented member of the Bandidos Motorcycle Gang and currently holds a high-ranking national position within the biker gang, it says. Sheriff's office said on Monday the BCSO said additional charges are pending. So I guarantee you, I mean, he got charged with felon in possession of body armor, but I think a lot more charges are coming because if he's a felon and he got charged with the body armor, he's going to be charged with all of these weapons. And then they'll do gang enhancements and all that. So he's looking at a long time in prison. Like, this ain't going to be no short stint for him. He will do quite a bit of time in prison. But it looks like they were using the detached garage at his house as a clubhouse for the Bandidos. But that's what they want to do, you know? That's what they do. They try to get the main people so they could cut the head off the snake, basically. And you guys know they have a pretty major case going on right now with all the members that were wrapped up. I think it was 18 members were wrapped up in an indictment, the Welcome to Hell chapter, and for all these different shootings and assaults that happened. That guy Brandon that was on Survivor, I interviewed him. He is involved in that. He got arrested in that, but he's out on bond, so we'll see what happens with this case. There's a bunch of other articles about this. In this one, it says San Antonio, high-ranking member of the Bandidos outlaw motorcycle gang, is behind bars following a recent raid at the Southside Clubhouse. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office said 60-year-old Anselmo Barrera was arrested during a raid on October 30th at the clubhouse off Cantrell Drive near Longwood Avenue while executing a narcotics search warrant. Now, why would they have a search warrant for narcotics? They must have did an undercover buy, something. They don't just get warrants for people's houses if they haven't, like, got evidence for, you know, being a felon is a different spin. Shit. He only was charged with, it's pronounced Barrera, right? I know you got to roll your tongue, but I'm terrible at that. Barrera or something like that. Barrera. I don't know. I can't do it. So during the search warrant, deputies recovered 33 firearms across the property, as well as 2 body armor vests, a large collection of Bandidos merchandise. Inside the main house, deputies seized $206,000 in U.S. currency, believed to be linked to drug trafficking. Authorities recovered a stolen Harley-Davidson motorcycle and a stolen pistol. Barrera, a documented member of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club, holds a high-ranking national position within the gang and is charged with possession of body armor by a convicted felon, a third-degree felony. But I guarantee you he's going to be charged with more crimes because they're not just going to stop at the possession of body armor when he got caught with what? It depends. I mean, they can't be legal guns, right? They can't be legal guns if he's a convicted felon. So none of them are legal guns. None of them. Hey, Travis, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Bexar County. But they can't spell. I have that problem sometimes too. SNS. Yeah, it's crazy. He's cooked. He's cooked. They don't say how much his bond is or anything like that. But it looks like he's gonna do a lot of time in prison for this one. So in other news, we got some other cases to talk about. This is a major one. If you guys aren't aware, high-ranking Hells Angels member has been arrested at an airport, out of all places. This is the man right here. So, Hells Angels Mathieu Pelletier, accused of Jennifer Morin's murder, was arrested at Toronto's airport. Toronto's Pearson Airport, en route to Mexico. What was he doing? He's fleeing authorities. Insane. I'm not sure if this is the exact picture of the woman. I do have another picture. Let me see if I could get it for you guys. I want to make sure I give you guys the right one. So yeah, this dude was fleeing to Mexico when he was stopped. And let's see here. I'm pretty sure this is the woman. This is probably a picture of her when she was younger. Here, I'm going to show you guys a recent picture. She was born in 79. She's 46 when she passed away, but he's being charged with her murder. This guy is cooked, too. He's a high-ranking member of the Hells Angels up there in Canada. Shout out to, damn, I forget the name. Crafty One. Go check out Crafty One. He has a lot of information about things like this and the stuff that's going on in Canada. He covers a lot of topics, a lot of gangland type of topics, and he's a great podcaster. Go check him out. He's well-rounded at this type of stuff, well-versed. So this is the woman, Jennifer Morin. Let's see here. Member of the Quebec Hells Angels has been charged with first-degree murder after being arrested at Pearson's International Airport, attempting to flee to Mexico. Mathieu Pelletier, 33, was arrested on Tuesday afternoon in Pearson. Pelletier is a member of the Quebec City chapter of the Hells Angels Outlaw Motorcycle Club. And the son of Mark Tom Pelletier, also a member of the Quebec City branch of the Hells Angels. Mark Tom Pelletier is considered the founding member of the Quebec City Hells Angels chapter. Mathieu Pelletier is accused of murder in the death of Jennifer Morin, 45. who was slain in her Quebec City home last December. Her shooting death was considered a case of mistaken identity. Morin is the mother of gang member Jeffrey Morin, who was sentenced to 6 years and 9 months in prison after pleading guilty to trafficking cocaine last July. Jeffrey Morin was considered by authorities to be a member of the Blood City Mafia gang, who had been battling a drug turf war with Quebec City area Hells Angels for more than 2 years. 13 people were arrested in the mother's death, ranging from 18 to 51 years old. They face charges of murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Someone said in the comments, mistaken identity, my ass. So, if you guys don't know, Ice Pick Trammell, he is the leader of the Blood Family Mafia. Here, let me give you guys a picture of him. That's him on the bottom left. I guess they were beefing real hard. All right, so here's some more information. Hells Angels member arrested in Toronto airport for murder of Quebec woman in mistaken identity killing. A dramatic arrest in the Toronto Pearson International Airport has brought new attention to a chilling case that intertwines organized crime, family tragedy, and a botched act of retribution. Mathieu Pelletier, 33, a full-patch member of the Hells Angels Quebec City chapter, was taken into custody last Tuesday afternoon at Pearson's airport. Pelletier is accused of the first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the gangsterism in connection with the killing of Jennifer Morin, 45, who was found dead in her Charlesburg apartment on December 16, 2024. The mother was killed in mistaken identity. Investigators say Morin was not the intended target. The real mark, according to sources, was her son, Jeffrey Morin, who had known ties to local street organizations called the Blood Family Mafia. The group reportedly at odds with some of the Hells Angels affiliates. On the last December night, Morin answered a knock at the door of her apartment on Boulevard Louis the 5th. Moments later, she was shot and killed. The victim of violence hit home tragically wrong. This was a mother caught in the crossfire of a criminal feud. She had nothing to do with it, police sources close to the family said in an investigation. This is the airport arrest. Pelletier's arrest is a result of coordinated operation between Quebec City Police Service, Royal Canadian Mounted Police officers moved in shortly after 2 p.m. on October 28, 2025, intercepting Pelletier before he could board the departing flight. Authorities have not disclosed whether he was attempting to flee the country, but his apprehension at the international terminal suggests he may have been preparing to leave Canada. A search warrant was also executed at his residence in Stoneham. So if they knew where he lived, right, how come they want to just arrest him at his house? They waited until he got on the fucking plane? Or maybe they didn't know where he lived until after they got him at the airport. That's what I'm thinking. The search warrant also executed at his residence just outside Quebec City. Pelletier said he's the son of Mark Tom Pelletier, one of the founding members of the Quebec City Hells Angels chapter, a name well known in the province bikers hierarchy. There was a brewing criminal feud Court documents allege that Pelletier once supplied narcotics to David Pick Trammell, a reputed head of the Blood family mafia. Relations between the two reportedly deteriorated, sparking a violent turf conflict, including a drive-by shooting at Pelletier's home in May of 2025. The murder of Jennifer Morin appears to have stemmed from the ongoing feud, retaliatory strike, and struck an innocent woman instead of the intended target. Authorities believe the killing was part of a broader wave of violence tied to the Quebec drug war, a multi-front struggle involving biker clubs, mafia elements, and emerging street gangs for control of the lucrative drug routes across the province. The organized crime connections, Pelletier's affiliation with the Hells Angels places the case squarely within the framework of Canada's organized crime landscape. The charge of gangsterism, a rarely laid substantial evidence, underscores police briefs that the crime was committed for the benefit of, the direction of, or in association with a criminal organization. Investigators say that the operation that led to Pelletier's arrest was part of a larger series of coordinated raids executed on September 30th, 2025. The operation involved over 200 officers, including 14 simultaneous searches across Quebec, Montreal, Laval, Longueuil, Castelmen, and Ontario. So what comes next? Pelletier remains in custody and is expected to be transferred to Quebec to face charges. Authorities have not ruled out additional arrests. Prosecutors will need to establish Pelletier's exact role, whether he acted as a triggerman, planner, or facilitator, and whether the killing was sanctioned by the Hells Angels leadership. If convicted, Pelletier faces life in prison. This is a cautionary tale. The murder of Jennifer Morin is a stark reminder on how the reach of organized crime can spill into the lives of ordinary citizens. This case shows the cost of organized crime, not just rival gangs, but to families and communities. One senior investigator said following the arrest, as the legal process unfolds, the story of a mother gunned down by mistake continues to haunt the province, long sacred by the complicated relationship with outlaw biker culture. With a full patch Hells Angels now behind bars, law enforcement is signaling that the most powerful criminal organizations are not beyond their reach. So I will bring you guys more information about this case as it becomes available. This is a huge case. Not looking good. There's a lot of killings that go on up there in Canada. Virginia Chaos, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Got Travis in the house. STMC. You guys are all great, man. Thank you guys. Didn't know you couldn't own body armor? Yeah, you can't own body armor if you're a felon. You get caught with a bulletproof vest. You go to prison for that shit. You can't have body armor. You can't have mace. You can't have a taser. You can't have bullets. You know what you can have, though? You can have a black powder pistol. They can't, it's weird that you can own a black powder pistol if you're a felon, but you can't own just a regular gun. You can own one that's past a certain date. I think it's 1800 or something, 1890 or something like that. It's pretty wild, the laws. But I stay away from all that. There's nothing that good that comes out of having a firearm at all. Carney, what's going on? Unless it's just for self-defense, you know what I'm saying? Rory, how are you? Who knows if he had any silencer? I don't know. Yeah, it seems like Canada's the Wild West nowadays. Definitely does. Hey, Bricks, 1%er, how you doing? Can't have crossbow either. No? You can't have a crossbow? Let me see if it's legal here. It's in Connecticut, you can. In Connecticut, a felon can generally own a crossbow, provided they are not subject of a specific probation or court-ordered restrictions prohibiting from possession of any weapons. Firearm versus crossbow. Connecticut law specifically prohibits felons from possessing firearms, ammunition, electronic defense weapons. Crossbows do not fit in the legal definition of a firearm under either federal or state laws because they use mechanical force, not explosive, to expel a projectile. Can a felon own a oh shit, it says a felon can't own a black powder firearm. State law prohibits them. Certain antique firearms and some regulations laws are stricter than includes any firearm with a person of felony conviction. So no, they can't. I was wrong. And I ain't gonna find out either. Fuck that. Listen, once I got to a certain age, like I've been caught with firearms in the past, and once you get to a certain age, even after I was caught, I would still fuck with them. I'd still buy them and this and that. But when you get to a certain age, right, you really reflect on your life and you're like, is it worth it to fucking go to prison for 10 years for a gun? No, I don't think it's worth it. But anyway, we're going to talk about Raul Silva Jr. He passed away in a motorcycle accident. His father made a video online. I wanted to bring it to you guys because it's sad, you know. People pass away every day from motorcycle accidents, and here's a quick video of the cops harassing the Satan's Choice. Let's check it out. That didn't last long. They're like, later, sucker. Alright, so let me get this video for you guys. This is a sad situation. Young kid, his family ends up rolling up on the accident. The father explains it. So rest in peace to this kid. Sending prayers out to his family. Check it out.
My son's motorcycle. His name was Raul Silva Jr. He was killed almost 3 months ago on this thing. His mother was behind him. She saw the whole thing. By a coincidence, I passed by and stumbled upon my son's accident. Brother rolled up a couple minutes later. By coincidence. My son was on his way home from church, of all places. He was a good kid. Bought his home when he was 24. He was a hard-working kid. Couldn't be prouder as a parent. This person ran the stop sign and killed my son. They got a horrible driving record, previous DUIs, reckless driving. I don't even know how this person had a license to begin with. Was up to no good. They know what they were doing. The police report said they smelled alcohol in her breath. She admitted to drinking earlier in the day, supposedly a few drinks, which anybody who drinks is going to say that. We all know better than that. But she killed my son. And the whole time my son was laying there dying, spitting up blood, choking on his own blood, she showed zero remorse. Not for 1 second did she care that my son was dying. The Highway Patrol did a horrible investigation. I've seen them do more over nothing. They didn't. If it was me or anybody else we'd be in handcuffs, they'd have dragged us off for a blood sample. They didn't. We have a witness that was there that says they never seen them do any kind of sobriety test.
And it's kind of ridiculous that every week, once a week, for the last 3 months, my mom has had to call the DA to ask if she's going to get justice for her son. That lady's life kept going on like nothing happened while my brothers didn't. He was a son, he was a brother, he was an uncle, he was a hard-working man yet to have his own kids. And his life was ended while she gets to still walk free. What should have been a Watson murder charge, CHP dropped the ball. And now at most, vehicular manslaughter, and still we even have to question if justice will be served. That is ridiculous. Portable DA's dropping the ball, just like CHP dropped the ball, and it is ridiculous that we even have to ask if there's justice. The justice system is failing our entire family. While we have to grieve, we also have to wonder if we will ever get justice. That's not how it should be. And we'll blow this up as much as we have to. News stations, newspaper, social media posts, whatever we need to do to get justice for my brother. Because it is ridiculous.
Rest in peace to that young man. It's sad that that these families are going through this. I reached out to the father, see if he'll come on the show and talk about the situation. I didn't get a response yet, but we'll see what happens. What's going on with you guys out there? There's a lot of different things going on. So, oh man, how could I forget? So, how do I even explain this? So, FBI, ICE, and DEA raided. Guess where they raided? You'll never guess. They raided the Massachusetts State House. And do you know what they found? You'll never guess. They found 8 kilos of cocaine 5 days ago. So, aid to Massachusetts governor nabbed in a cocaine bust. Like, you can't make this up. An aide to the Massachusetts governor was arrested Tuesday night on a cocaine trafficking charge after investigation allegedly intercepted a drug shipment slated for delivery at Springfield State Office Building. Lamar Cook, 45, pleaded not guilty to the charges. He pleaded not guilty Wednesday to charges of cocaine trafficking, more than 200 grams or more, unlawful possession of a firearm, and unlawful possession of ammunition. Bail was set at $25,000. Subsequent outcome of the hearing Friday, his defense attorney told the newspaper prosecutors say a shipment of nearly 8 kilograms was intercepted Saturday before undercover delivery officers packaged approximately 225 grams back up and carried out a controlled delivery operation at the state office building where Cook worked. 3 days later, the district attorney's office police arrested Cook at a traffic stop. The governor's office was fired Cook from his job upon learning of his arrest. Come on. He's getting 8 kilos sent to the state office building, and they don't know nothing about it? I'm not buying it. Springfield officials are just as corrupt as Connecticut officials. They need to be held responsible. This is straight bullshit. Like, you can't make this up. This is insane. So I got a video to show you guys. It's a little long. It's probably like 20 minutes. So let's check it out.
12 a.m. on October 29, 2025. Federal agents executed a search warrant at 512 A. Dwight Street, the state office building in Springfield, Massachusetts. The target was Lamar Cook, 45, Deputy Director of Governor Maura Healey's Western Massachusetts office. According to federal filings, the operation was coordinated by the DEA, ATF, and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. After investigators traced multiple suspicious courier boxes routed through government channels, each was sealed with the official state insignia and labeled as interdepartmental correspondence. 2 earlier packages, both intercepted at Hotel UMass in Amherst, where Cook previously worked, contained over 13 kilograms of cocaine. When agents entered Cook's office, he had just signed for another parcel marked state correspondence. Inside, officers recovered another sealed parcel.
You see all that, and they didn't know? And they didn't know. They didn't know he was getting all this? I ain't buying it. Come again, motherfucker, because they're full of shit.
Identical in packaging and weight. A 9mm handgun, 2 loaded magazines, and undisclosed cash. All items were found on his state-issued desk, the same desk used to process public programs and official correspondence. Cook was arrested without resistance. He now faces 3 felony charges: trafficking cocaine in large quantities, unlawful possession of a firearm, and possession of illegal ammunition. Prosecutors say the cocaine's purity level and packaging were consistent with cartel-grade distribution networks. At his arraignment in Springfield District Court, Cook entered a not guilty plea. His bail was set at $25,000, pending further investigation. Authorities say the probe remains active and may extend to other government offices where similar packages were received. From Boston, Governor Maura Healey's office issued a brief statement, calling the incident unacceptable and a major breach of public trust. The administration confirmed that Cook was terminated effective immediately. But as agents carried boxes of evidence out of a government building bearing the state's seal, the image raised a larger question. If corruption can take root inside the governor's own office, who's left to guard the guardians? This is only the beginning. Stay with us, leave your thoughts below, and subscribe, because justice never sleeps, and neither do we. Hours after Lamar Cook's arrest, the story was no longer just about one man. Inside a mobile command unit parked on Dwight Street, the words "Integrity Sweep, Phase 1" glowed across the screen. The target list included multiple state facilities, linked to suspicious courier activity, all routed through Cook's former communication network. Federal analysts from the DEA Cyber Intelligence Unit had decrypted several files from Cook's government laptop. They revealed spreadsheets labeled snow lines, each entry matching a date, parcel weight, and route. From Amherst to Springfield, and finally to Boston, every shipment carried identifiers identical to the seized boxes. Official seals, serial-coded labels, and diplomatic-grade courier stamps. Investigators now believe Cook's operation was not isolated. The courier route, initially designed for confidential government materials, had been repurposed to traffic cartel-grade cocaine.
And that's some smart-ass shit. They were using the government's, people are more lax because it's the government stuff going in the mail. And they're using the government to ship this shit around. This is crazy. So I don't care what anyone says. This is my own personal opinion, right? I think the governor knew. I think a lot of them people knew. And I think they're all involved. That's my personal opinion. I'm not stating this as fact, but I believe that the governor and all the people that work in that building know, and they're somehow involved. And they're just as corrupt as the Connecticut leaders. They take money and put it right in their pocket. It's just my personal opinion.
Under the protection of bureaucratic legitimacy, each package carried a street value of nearly $1 million. And for months, they'd passed unnoticed, through the very infrastructure meant to safeguard the Commonwealth's integrity. A senior DEA official called it the most sophisticated misuse of government logistics we've ever seen in New England. Internal memos obtained by our newsroom confirm that at least 3 additional offices across Massachusetts are under review for similar irregularities. Those investigations remain sealed. By sunrise, the governor's communication team scrambled to contain the fallout, describing the incident as an aberration, not a reflection of state culture. But the data told a different story, one that suggested systemic complacency, not coincidence. In a state where accountability has long been a slogan, this investigation is now forcing Massachusetts to prove it still means something. If you think this was just one corrupt official, think again. Follow along, because the evidence tells a bigger story.
Now, if you want to see the rest of this, join Patreon. You can see the rest of it. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this show. There's a lot of great stories that are going to be coming out. I'm going to be covering more of this situation, especially this guy getting arrested at the airport up in Canada. He is cooked. They are going to smoke this dude. So you killed this woman, allegedly, of mistaken identity. They thought they were killing a BMF, Blood Family Mafia member's mother, but it turned out she wasn't the one. Mistaken identity, they're saying, but who knows? Who knows the truth? We'll dive into it. I want to send a rest in peace. Oh, we got one more thing to talk about. Kenneth Heyman, the guy who's the victim in the White Oak shooting. I believe he was laid to rest on November 1st. So this is him right here. He was lost to gun violence on October 12th, 2025. So he was a local iron worker. We all know that he was a sergeant of arms in the War Dogs Motorcycle Club. I mean, they put some younger looking pictures here, but this is what he looked like. But he was a victim of gun violence, broad daylight. And so we're going to take a look. Look at all these people that were killed on the 12th from gun violence. These are from all different states. South Carolina, MS, I think that's Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, California, South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, Indiana, Virginia, West Virginia, Texas, Arizona, Ohio, North Carolina, Missouri, New Jersey, South Carolina, Texas, Pennsylvania. And this was all on one day. Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, I think that's Louisiana, Maryland, Idaho, Texas, South Carolina, Alabama, D.C., Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, Texas, California, Nevada, Indiana. So these are all the people in one day that were killed from gun violence. And this is just, it's unacceptable. This shit needs to stop. And if you guys know, they found the vehicle that was located involving, let me see here. They found the vehicle that was located that was believed to have been used in the shooting of this young man. And I believe they're just building a case, and it'll be a matter of time, you know?
Continue searching for suspects from a weekend shooting outside of a Wendy's in White Oak. It claimed the life of a man. Covering Allegheny County, Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Carlos Flores has more on the new discovery today by police.
The details surrounding this case continues to unfold as we're learning new information about this deadly shooting out of White Oak. Police initially responded to the intersection of Jacks Run Road and Lincoln Way near a Wendy's in White Oak Sunday afternoon for reports of a shooting. When first responders arrived, they found a man suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital and later died. That man was identified to be 33-year-old Kenneth Heyman. Police believe there are 3 to 4 suspects involved in this case wearing face coverings and armed with long guns. Yesterday, police say they believe they found the vehicle involved in this shooting, a Chevy Silverado. The exact location of where the vehicle was found has not yet been shared, and there have not been any arrests in this case. Police are asking the community to stay vigilant and that the people involved in this case should be considered armed and extremely dangerous. Now, this is something we'll continue to follow and update you right here and online on WTAE.com right now. Covering Allegheny County from Allegheny County Police Headquarters, Carlos Flores, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Stay tuned. I'll bring you guys more information when it becomes available about that case too. There's a lot of great content on the way tonight. Former Satire soldier tells me his story, so make sure you check that out. It's at 10 o'clock. Rest in peace to Young Bleed again. Life cut short way too soon. He was only 51 years old. I mean, it's sad when people pass away that young. But here, I'll drop the link for the tonight's show in the chat if you guys want to check it out. 10 p.m. Don't be late. And again, if you want to... They didn't say it was AKs, but 4 guys jumped out with long guns. They didn't say it was AK-47s. Yeah, they jumped out with long guns. So it could have been rifles. It could have been M16s. It could have been anything. They didn't say it was AKs. But they did find the truck. We'll see what happens. The link is in the description of this video for the show tonight. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. And I appreciate Doug for giving me a donation. If you guys want to donate to the show, it helps a lot. Every dollar goes a long way. I put it right back into the show so we can pay for the shorts and different things to bring to you guys. It's much appreciated. If you donate through Cash App, they don't take 30% like YouTube does. It's a lot of money that YouTube takes. But you could still donate that way too. I appreciate it any way you guys donate. You can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. The links are in the description of this video. If you want to tell your story on Chatting with Staxx, just email me at billstax2021@gmail.com. We have former Satire soldier telling me a story. Then I have a former Dirty Ones member telling me a story. I have the international or national president for the Red Rum Motorcycle Club, Cliff. That's a good interview. We got a lot of content on the way. So keep watching. And thank you guys. We hit 18,700 subscribers. I couldn't do it without you. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys, and remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.